Hello again, everyone. Toby Burrell here with you, along with Joe Holt for tonight's Smoky Mountain Conference volleyball action. Our Lady Devils playing host to the Murphy Bulldogs. Murphy comes in with an 8-3 overall record, 4-1 in Smoky Mountain Conference play. Our Lady Devils just one game behind that at 4-2 in Smoky Mountain Conference play. So a big crucial contest for these two squads. A big week for the Lady Devils as they will continue their homestand on Thursday with Robbinsville coming to town, a team that is directly behind them in the standings. So a big week for Lady Devil volleyball and trying to make up some ground here in the Smoky Mountain Conference. We're just about set to get away. We appreciate you joining us here on the Maroon Devils Network, your home for all Swain High sports. So the Bulldogs will serve first. They will be henceforth known as Murphy since their Max Preps roster has no numbers with them. So I can't help you out there, Murphy fans, if you're watching. Our apologies, but that one's on your Max Preps, folks. So the first point's going to go. No, Kendall Cochran with a big save right there. Looked like the first point was going Murphy's way right out of the chute. So Swain with a chance to attack. They go outside to Marr. She hammers that one, and it is down, and the Lady Devils are on the board first with the Jenna Marr kill. Quickly off the Swain bench is Taylor Collins. She will check in for Kendall Cochran as Caitlin Anthony will now serve for Swain, who leads it here 1-0. We're in game one of the best of five Smoky Mountain Conference action. Bulldogs look to attack their first attack. Kiera Shook is there. Yance hustles and gets it. Now Marr will play it over. The Bulldogs' chance to attack. And they go straight cross court and get that one down. So we're knotted at one each. And the only Lady Bulldog that I happen to know, Aubrey Clapside, serves it. Swain with a chance in the middle. That one goes over. Nicely played by the Bulldogs, and now they will free ball it over. Played by Collins. Anthony will have to help it. Now Marr will push it over. Free ball deep. Yance plays that one out. Now Winchester with the set in the middle to Collins. She goes cross court with a hammer. And just like that, the Lady Devils' first 2 points tonight come off of kills by Collins and Marr. So aggressive offensively here early. Let's see if that pays off for our Lady Devils. Katie Winchester to serve it now for Swain. Deep serve. Murphy's got it. They go outside. Murphy, a very tall team. Nicely played by Anthony, and they can't get it over. So the Bulldogs to serve it again for their second time. So far the team's trading points back and forth. Knuckleball serve right at Collins. She sets it to the middle to Marr, who goes off the block and down. So Jenna Marr, 2 kills right out of the chute here in game one. Kenzie Eagleman into the lineup, and Marr will rotate to the back row where she will serve, looking to give Swain a 2-point advantage. Knuckleball serve on her part. Murphy sits with it, plays it, good pass, back row set. It's a cross. Anthony with a pass, again off the standard. Winchester plays it and gets it over. Good scramble play here early on by the Lady Devils. That one's pushed, but we've got a net violation on Collins. Nope, check that, Murphy. So Swain does indeed take a 2-point lead here in game one. That one's over, and Murphy will play it. That one does not make it across the net. Collins cleans it up, but it was 4 hits. So Swain will go up by 3 behind Jenna Marr's serves. Marr to serve it again. Jenna, a sophomore, she leads the Lady Devils in kills and is 4th in the Smoky Mountain Conference. That one's up and down by the Bulldogs. And they cut it back to 2. Subs in for Murphy. We'd love to be able to identify them. If you're just joining us, we can't. The numbers are not present on their roster. So we have all their names, but we don't have their numbers. So our apologies for that. And the Bulldogs will now serve it. If you are just joining us, it is set 1. The best of 5 with the Lady Devils on top, and we're just underway. So sit back and enjoy Smoky Mountain Conference volleyball at its best. Eagleman gets that one over. So the Lady Devils winning the scramble points here in game 1, and that's a great sign. They're also being very aggressive here in game 1. Eagleman takes a run at hers. It's blocked, put up and over by Yance. So again, the scramble points going the way of the Lady Devils. Back outside off the block. Eagleman plays it. Shook hustles. It was underneath the Swain bench but can't get it. Great hustle there by Kiera Shook, going all out. Which has been the mantra so far here in game 1 for our Lady Devils. The Bulldogs set to tie it now on service. Right at Collins. She plays it back to the middle of Yance. Yance hits it, but it's blocked. Now, back up again. Eagleman goes at it. She pushes it over down the line. Now the Bulldogs come at it again, and Swain can't get there as it's just off Taylor Collins' hand, and we're tied at 5. That one is good. Ace down the line, and the Bulldogs take the lead. And a second ace gives Murphy their biggest lead at 2. 7-5. Good hard serve. Collins plays it, but another ace in the books for the Bulldogs, and they go to a 3-point lead. Swain is led by 3 now. Murphy has rallied to take a 3-point lead. Lady Devils need to break serve right here. Great play by Shook, but she can't get it to a point. And timeout early on by the Lady Devils as they trail it 9-5. And we're back with you, almost set for play to resume. I remind you that the Maroon Devils are off this Friday night. We will be back with you Thursday for more Lady Devil volleyball action. So tune into that one. And remember, you can stay up to date on everything that is Maroon Devils on maroondevils.com. So Swain is able to break that serve. Now let's see if they can break the point. Off the block, Shook's got it. It's close again. And up and over again. So back to a 5-point lead, biggest of the night by either team. And the Bulldogs have settled in behind the service of this young lady at the line. Good hard serve. Eagleman's got it. Winchester pops it back up. Eagleman takes a run, goes to the middle. Nicely played. Back outside. Now the Bulldogs push it over. Winchester got it. Yance power sets it over and breaks the string there by the Bulldogs and cuts it back to 4, 10-6 early on. Taylor Collins to serve. And last time we were with you, it was Collins who did some serious damage in that contest from the service line. So Murphy to the middle. It's played over softly. Swain a chance to attack. They go outside to Eagleman. She goes back deep, and that one's off the rafters and will have to be free-balled over. Anthony's got the pass. It's errant. And the Bulldogs are able to stuff it back over onto the Swain side and break service. Kendall Cochran races off of the Swain bench and will check in for Taylor Collins. Serve on its way, a hard one. Shook's got it. Yance pops it up, but Eagleman can't get there. And it'll be a point to the Bulldogs. So a 6-point advantage now, largest of the night for Murphy. And these Bulldogs have really been tenacious from the service line. And that one again will be Another ace. Swain, their own worst enemy back here on the back row with passes here in the last stretch that has allowed Murphy to reel off to a 7-point advantage. Another hard serve. Shook's got it. Yance has to hustle to get there, and Eagleman's able to push it over. Outside, Clapsaddle with that one off the block, played up. Now Winchester hustles over back to Eagleman. She goes deep, and it is out. So the Bulldog lead continues to climb here in game one. Murphy, as we said, coming in 8-3 overall, 4-1 in conference play. Their lone conference loss coming at the hands of Hayesville, who is now first in the Smoky Mountain Conference with an undefeated record. Yance plays that one. Now Cochran will play it over after the Eagleman hit. And Murphy coming to the middle attack again. Blocked by Anthony, saved by Clapsaddle, and now pushed over right at Winchester. She goes to Yance, back to the middle to Anthony, and that one doesn't make it over. So we're to 15-6, and it's now a 9-point bulge by the Bulldogs. In non-conference play, the Bulldogs have lost to Franklin and Smoky, two teams that Swain also has lost to. While we were away, our Swain team lost to the Yellow Jackets as well at Hayesville last week to break a 2-game winning streak. So they have broken serve, and one of their most dependable service people is at the line now in Ashton Yance, the junior setter. That's a knuckleball down the line. And now Murphy will try to get something out of it. Dinked over, Yance is there, so now Winchester sets it. Anthony hits it and finds the spot on that back row just outside the outstretched arms of the Murphy defender. So Yance goes back to the service line again, and Swain has cut into the lead of the Bulldogs. Can they come all the way back? Good hard serve by Yance. Murphy rushes to get there. Now they will free it over. Yance is right there, close to the net. Ping pong back and forth. And now Murphy will set it to the middle, and that's a bad hit. So the Lady Devils continue to inch forward here with Yance to serve again. Good hard serve this time by Yance. Trouble for the Bulldogs. They're not going to get there, and that's going to be an ace for Yance. Ashton came into this game second on the team in aces with 17, behind Kenzie Eagleman's 18. Caitlin Anthony just behind those two with 16. Yance again, good hard knuckleball. It drops. It's going to make it over. That's passed back. Now Anthony will go at it off the block. The Bulldogs able to get there. What can they do with it is the question. Pushed over. Pass from Cochran is close. Yance takes it over on 2. And there's a good attack. Nice volley. Longest of the night probably. Eagleman gets it over down the line, and that is in. So Swain back to within 4 behind Ashton Yance. Yance to serve again. Good hard serve cross court. Tough pass. Murphy will have to free ball it over. Swain with an opportunity. Yance with it, middle court. Back sets Winchester. She hammers it, but it is long and out. So Swain able to get back to within 4 behind Ashton Yance. Now it's a 5-point bulge as the Bulldogs go back to work at the service line where they have been really tough tonight. Jump serve on its way. Shook sits with it. Nice pass. Yance back to Winchester, and she cuts it cross court. And we've got a sub as Jasmine Hornbuckle off the Swain bench. And Murphy will go back to the service line here with a 6-point advantage. Jump serve again right at Anthony. She's got it, and for the 3rd time in a row, she hits the very same beam. And Swain unable to do anything, and another ace pushes it back to 7. Soft serve. Anthony's got that. Back set to Eagleman. She goes across with it, and she's going to get that one to go just with good placement off the block. Marr back into the lineup on the front row as Eagleman goes to the service line. with Swain down by 6. Let's see how much damage the junior can do here. Floater just over. It's going to be close. Murphy's able to pull it out. It bounds around up there, but Clapsaddle's got it down the line. Cochran saves it outside to Marr, and a miss hit pays off for Jenna as she threw him a changeup there, just barely tipping the ball, and the Murphy block was unprepared to do anything with that. 5-point lead now. Eagleman back to work at the service line. Floater to the middle of the court. Now Murphy looks to attack. They go at it, blocked by Anthony. Nicely done. Over the block now. Yance hustles to get there outside to Marr. Another changeup hit picked up by the Bulldogs, and there's a kill to put it to 19. Subs back into the lineup for the Bulldogs. Kira Shook back into the Swain lineup for Taylor Collins. Check that, Kinsey Eagleman. Good hard serve right at Shook. Nice pass. Yance is right there for it. Marr off the block. Tipped. That's not 2 hits because she got it with a block. Right back to Marr. She tries to push it over to no avail. Now the Bulldogs will look to ease it over. Shook's got it. Yance has to hustle back to get it, but does. Sets to Marr, and she can't pull that one through. And it'll be 20 for the Bulldogs as they're the first to 20 tonight. Good hard serve. Anthony's got that one, but plays it off the light. And it's 21. Timeout Swain, trailing 21-13. So we're set to resume action here. Murphy 4 points away from taking set number 1 here against our Lady Devils. Serve on its way. Stepping into that one's Cochran. Yance in the middle with the set outside to Marr. She goes middle with it. Nicely played by the Bulldogs. They push that one over, but Shook steps in. A nice pass. Back set back the other way, and Anthony's got it deep. Played by Murphy. Might have been out. And that one's punched over. Cochran steps into it. Yance with a good pass outside to Marr. Marr goes down the line. She ripped that one. So Jenna Marr breaks that serve. Caitlin Anthony to the back row to serve. Hornbuckle and Cochran out of the Swain lineup. Winchester and Collins back into the lineup. Anthony's serve is up and over. Good pass. They set outside, push down the line. Anthony saves it, and it's over. So now the Bulldogs scramble. They push it across. That's going to be close. Winchester just goes ahead, pushes it over. Wisely done. Anthony steps into that one, and she can't get there. So 22-14. Now your score. That one's deep. Shook plays it. Now she attacks. Just legal as long as she stays behind the maroon line in the middle of the court. Pushed over to Marr. Marr to Yance. Yance to Collins in the middle. And Taylor just pushes that over the block. Yance gets that one over after the Shook save. And we're back to action. Off the block played over there by Winchester. Marr pumps it back up again, and Yance takes it over. And that one's cut a little too fine by the Bulldogs. So Swain staying alive here. Let's see who the server is. It'll be Katie Winchester to the line, where she will serve it. And that one is out. 23-15 your score. The Bulldogs 2 away from taking the first set from Our Lady Devils. Serve up and over. Short. Shook's got it. Nobody's going to go after it, and it falls to the court. And we're at set point for the first game of this best of 5. So the Bulldogs have taken the first one from Our Lady Devils, 25-15. We'll be back with game 2 in just a moment. So we are back here, folks, at Swain High School for the second set. The Bulldogs take number 1, 25-15. After Swain initially came out strong, it was a big run behind strong Murphy serves that pushed things kind of to the brink for the Lady Devils. So let's see if they can remedy that here in the second set. It'll be Eagleman to lead things off at the service line for Swain against the Bulldogs. Kinsey leads the team in aces. So good spot for her to get going in. And that was slammed right at Eagleman. And it'll be first point to the Bulldogs. Good hard one across. Anthony's got it. Yount sets it outside to Winchester. And now here come the Bulldogs. Clap saddle to the back row. That ball is in. So it'll be Murphy to the service line again with a 2-0 lead here in the early stages of set number 2. Shook's got the pass on that one. Winchester sets it middle to Anthony. She pushes it over, and now the Bulldogs come back. And the punch spike works for the Bulldogs, and now it is 3-0. Lady Devils can ill afford to drop into a deep hole and have to dig back out again. And I think we've got a popcorn spill over there perhaps that we want to get cleaned up. So Murphy's going to take care of that, their JV team. Could have been the culprits, I don't know, but they certainly fell in there and cleaned it up. So good job. And now we're back to it. Nice break in the action for the Lady Devils. Let's see if they can pay off with a service break here out of that little popcorn fiasco. Hard serve down the line. Shook with a great pass right there to Yance. Now Anthony catches it behind her and kind of frees it over. The Bulldogs to attack again. Power set. Cochran's there. Outside to Marr. Marr hammers that one. It's picked up. Bulldogs will get it over. But defensively is the key part there when you're attacking. Anthony steps into that one. Hits it to the back row. It's going to bound around. And again, the Bulldogs have to play defensively. Swain another chance to attack. Back to the middle. Anthony again. Off the tip. And Caitlin Anthony up and down with one. So Swain has broken service. And Collins for Cochran with Anthony at the service line. That's a floater. The Bulldogs will set. Claps out of the outside. She goes down the line with it. Anthony is there. Now Collins in the middle. She hits it. The Bulldogs again being defensive. So as long as Swain can stay aggressive here, they can make things happen for themselves. Winchester cross court with that one again. Murphy out of rhythm. How much out of rhythm is the question. Yance has got that one outside to Marr. She sets herself, drives that one home. Nicely played. Can the Bulldogs save it? Yes, they can. But again, they are on their on their heels rather, in this scenario. That one's hammered by Marr. They continue to save it, but they can't. And it leads to a point for Swain. Once again, as long as Swain has been aggressive tonight and attacking that way, good things have happened. Anthony back to the service line. Reminder that she has 16 aces on the season. Bulldogs a chance to come and attack this one. Shook sits with it, nicely played. Kiera made a great play on that one, and Marr with another swipe at it, and the Bulldogs will have to push over. Again, the Bulldogs on their heels. The Maroon Devils attacking at this point. Pays off again with a Collins kill. So Swain has tied it back up at 3-all. And now Anthony will look to give the Lady Devils their first lead since early in game one. Floater across. That's a poor pass. It's pushed over, but Shook is there. Yance steps in, back sets Winchester. It hits and tips over, so the Lady Devils take the lead. Anthony back to the service line. It's been 4 in a row for the junior. Deep. The Bulldogs a chance to attack here. Let's see if they can. They go cross court. Shook dives, gets a hand on it, but doesn't get enough. And the Bulldogs have set it back up at 4-4. And now we'll go into the strong service portion of their lineup where they were pulled away in set number one. Good hard one. Collins, nice pass there. Back set to Marr. She sets it. That one almost made it down, but not quite. And it is out. Back to a 1-point advantage for the Bulldogs. Shook with the pass there to Winchester. She goes outside to Collins, who hammers it cross court. Murphy saves it. But once again, they're on their heels if Swain can take advantage. Yance to the middle of Collins. Collins hammers that one. And Taylor with another kill. And the Lady Devils tie it back up at 5. Winchester to the service line now. She is up and over deep. Pulls the Bulldogs off the net. They go tack down the line. and it is down, and Murphy takes another lead. Floater over. Anthony plays it off the standard again. Fourth or fifth time that Caitlin has hit the rafters with it. She's having a tough time tonight with her back row passing. 2-point advantage now for the Bulldogs. Shook on the move, gets that one going. Yance on the outside with a rare opportunity, and Ashton's got one down. So Marr goes back to the service line, and it's a 1-point advantage for the Bulldogs. Marr up and over with that one. Murphy plays it, no attack out of that. Anthony steps into the pass. Now Winchester sets middle to Collins. Collins goes cross court, and it is out. So subs as Kiera Shook checked in for Jenna Marr, and Murphy substitutes themselves here and will serve, leading by 2 here in set number 2. Good hard serve. Shook's got it. Eagleman hustles, gets there with it. Now Collins will push it over. Murphy's rare chance to attack, and that's blocked by Collins. They'll go right back to it again. Collins, that was power pushed and is way out. So break for the Lady Devils. Collins will go to the service line now. Swain trailing by 1. Back set. Off the block by Anthony, still alive. They get it over. Collins has to dive for it. Eagleman rushes in to save it. Now the Bulldogs with a chance. Up and down. Collins plays that. Winchester's got it. Now Anthony plays it over. Bulldogs to attack again. They power dink it down the line. Eagleman's got that, and it's finished off by the Bulldogs. So 2-point lead now on the side of the Dogs. Cochran back in for Collins. And Murphy back to the service line. Hammered over. Shook sits. Great pass. Yance to the outside to Eagleman, who goes up and off the net. Diving save Bulldogs. They go outside off the block. Cochran's got that. Winchester sets it middle to Anthony. Saved on the back line. And now Clapsaddle will push it over off the Yance block. And point for the Bulldogs as they've matched their biggest lead here in set 2 at 3. Floater, Anthony's got that. Yance hustles in for it. Eagleman takes it. And the Bulldogs will push it over and cuts it too fine. So still just a 2-point advantage for the Bulldogs. Ashton Yance to the service line now. Let's see if Ashton can pull the Lady Devils back to square. Good hard serve. And Murphy will push it. Shook is there. Anthony pushes it over. Cochran with the pass. Yance takes it straight to the back corner. And now the Bulldogs look to push it in. Yance has got it. Winchester saves it. That's awful close. Swain can't win it, but Shook's got that. Now it'll have to go over. Anthony pushes it deep. And Murphy with a chance to attack here. They go outside, and that one is deep. And the Murphy official has a tip on that. So it'll go back to Murphy here. And give them a 2-point advantage. Actually, 3-point advantage. Sorry about that. Cochran with it. Anthony saves it. Winchester pushes it over and deep. Here's a pass by the Bulldogs. Set. And it's pushed. Anthony got a piece of it, but not enough. Now they go to her in the middle. She goes middle, and it's over. Shook is awake, though, did not fall asleep. Yance over in 2 again, no goal. And that one's touched by Shook. Hard to tell if it had been in or out. Kiera with an excellent hustle play there to try to get to it, could not. And now it's a 4-point advantage, biggest here of set 4 for the Bulldogs. Jump serve. Anthony sits with it. Yance has got to push it outside to Winchester. She goes back cross court. Pushed over in 2. Yance leaves, and Cochran can't get there. It's timeout Swain, trailing by 5 here in set 2. So biggest lead of the second set for the Bulldogs. Let's see if Swain can break serve right here. That could be critical in this set. Anthony with a pass. It's over on 1. And now the Bulldogs look to attack. They go back to the outside, down the net, and that is good. And it's a 6-point advantage now. Serve up and over. Shook sits with it. She's got the pass. Yance has got it. Winchester floats it over, and now Murphy with a chance to hit from there. Yance is there. Winchester has to play it. Shook will try to attack from the back row, and that does not work out well. 7 points in the hole now. The Lady Devils need to break service. Floater. Anthony sits with it. She's got it. The pass is over. Yance goes outside to Winchester. Doesn't make it over. And it is an 8-point bulge. Jasmine Hornbuckle off the Swain bench and into the lineup. Swain trailing by 8. The biggest lead of the night for the Bulldogs was 9 in the first set. And they're 1 point away from matching that here now. And there they go with an ace. So it is now a 9-point advantage for the Bulldogs. The attacking Swain that was able to hang close there for a while is gone, and now the Lady Devils are on their heels, just pushing balls over the net instead of attacking like that. So down 10 now. And it's been these same service rotations that have pushed Murphy over the edge in both the first and second sets so far. Cochran with that one. Good pass. Set straight up for Anthony, and she finds a hole for it. And so they have broken the tide, and Jenna Marr checks back into the Swain lineup. She's been their most productive hitter tonight. And Kenzie Eagleman, their leading ace person at the service line, is at the service line now. That almost made the court, thanks to Kendall Cochran. That one is out, so Swain has cut it back to 8 here. And Eagleman will go back to work. Good hard knuckleball ace by Eagleman. She will serve it again, looking to cut it to 6 here. And another one. So Kenzie Eagleman anchoring things on the service line now as Swain tries to inch their way back into this one. Well placed, and now Murphy will have to free ball it over. Can Swain get into attack mode now? Oh, that's all over the net from where we are, and Swain loses that battle. And just like that, Murphy breaks the Eagleman serve and will go back to work themselves. And that one is out. So Collins will check back in, as does Winchester, for Hornbuckle and Cochran, and Anthony will go to the service line. So Anthony up and over with it. Murphy will have to free this one over. Back outside the Mar, falling away. She's able to get it cross court. So Murphy to 20 now, and a 7-point advantage. Collins with an errant pass, and that will be an ace. That one's up and over, and Murphy's able to push that one over. And now inch the way back to a 9-point advantage. That one's up and over. Anthony sits with it, but it goes straight up. That one's off of the rafters, so back to a 10-point advantage at 23-13. Good hard one, and that one's going to sail out. So Swain breaks it. Now it'll be Winchester to serve it as they trail by 9. Shook with the pass. Winchester with the set. Mars up and over with it. Murphy pulls that out. Now they will get a chance to attack. It's blocked. Collins pushes it over. And that's put right in the empty hole right there to go 24. Floater to the back row, and it is out. So Jenna Marr will try to serve the Lady Devils to 24 right here. And I jinxed her. It's as sure as that. So set number 2 goes to the Bulldogs. We'll be back for set 3. We're back here, folks, for set number 3. The Lady Devils must win scenario now or be swept by the Bulldogs. Again, thanks for joining us here on the Maroon Devils Network. You can tune in to the MDN all season long and catch all of the latest details and scores that are available. So we thank you for joining us here tonight, as we do every night. No football this week, so nothing coming your way Friday night from the MDN, but you can join us here Thursday as Robbinsville comes to town for volleyball action. So initial volley here to start action in game 3, set 3. Marr on the outside, being aggressive again. So we're tied at 1 after Swain took an initial lead there of 1-0. The Bulldogs go to work. That one's going to be over. So Murphy now with their first lead of this third set, looking to extend it. Shook with a good pass. Winchester with a set to the middle, awful close to the net. Marr could do very little with it. Now Murphy with a chance to attack. Anthony saves that one. And Marr goes way too far across court, and it will be point to the Bulldogs. Murphy's taking the first 2 sets in this one, looking to sweep the Lady Devils in conference play and secure their spot at second. Right now, they're second with Swain just a half game behind them, so this would put Swain a full game behind them. And that will be out. That one's a floater up and over. So long volley again here in the initial stages of this game. Swain's pass is a little too close to the net for the setters to do anything with. And no attacks forthcoming until then. And that one is out. Kara Shook doing her best line judge impersonation, trying to help out there. Got the call. So it worked. It was out. And it will be Swain's serve. Winchester to serve it. Floater up and over. And that takes care of the Swain break in action. Down 4 as things progress here. There's a floater and it's an ace. Timeout Swain as they trail it 7-2. So we're back after the Swain timeout, and it's a 5-point advantage for the Bulldogs. There's some really, really tight play, and that one is out. So Swain breaks serve there. And that one is in. So subs for the Bulldogs and for the Lady Devils. 8-3 your score here in set number 3. As the tough serving rotation portion of Murphy's lineup steps to the service line over the next 3 to 4 rotations. Lady Devils have got to hold on, and there is serve number 1 blistered right at Eagleman, and Swain now on their heels. And it is 6-point advantage, biggest of the third set, but 10 is their biggest lead of the night. That was way out. Taylor Collins to the line, looking to ignite a spark here as the Lady Devils have gone a little flat. After initial flurries in the first and second game, they've been unable to sustain anything as they go through their rotation. And there's one. To make it 9-5. Collins to serve a second one here. Good hard serve. Murphy digs that one out. They go to the outside with it. It's off the block, so Swain with another one. And let's see if this is a spark as they've cut into it. 2 points behind Collins and now are down only 3. To the middle, and hammered Shook with a great save. And that one doesn't make it over. Cochran for Collins. So Murphy back to the service line, leading by 4. Shook can't quite get to that one. And the Bulldogs are back to 5, looking to stretch it to 6. Good hard serve and another ace. So 6-point lead for Murphy. They'll look to stretch it to their largest here in this set. Another shot right at the back row. Cochran, can she save it? And yes, amazingly went through all the rafters. And Swain will end up winning that point. Not sure you could stand back there and throw one through and not hit any of those, but somehow Katie was able to rip that through all those rafters and keep Swain alive. Yance with the serve, pulled out of there nicely. Murphy attacks right at Marr. She can't pull it out. And we're back to the same 6-point lead. And this young lady with the white shirt, their libero, has been murdered from the service line. She is the one who has really stretched this Bulldog lead every time that she's got back there. Running jump serve, floater across. Swain needs to take advantage of that one because there's harder ones to come. Winchester soft into the middle, no go, and now the Bulldogs a chance to attack. Marr sits with it, but right back at the Bulldogs. Now they'll reset themselves and go right side, right down that line. And it is, she's got out, he's got in, it will be in. So just like that, it is a 7-point Bulldog lead. And back to the service line, and there's harder, tougher ones to come. That one's ripped. Cochran is able to get to it, and now if Marr can do it, she did. And Swain playing off their heels. Timeout Swain again, as this is ballooned to 8 in this service rotation. It's been this service rotation every time that has been deathly for the Lady Devils. We're back here on the MDN. Thanks for joining us tonight. Lady Devils and Bulldogs going at it. Murphy's biggest lead here in the third set at 8 points as they look to put Swain away. Anthony with the pass out of that. Yance sets it. Anthony backs into it. Did she spot it good enough? I don't know, but the Bulldogs are on their heels. Swain needs to take advantage. Close pass. Yance goes over in 2. Here come the Bulldogs. They push it to the spot. Now Winchester calls everyone away, goes outside to Eagleman. She goes cross court. Looked like a double hit, no call. And now the Lady Devils will look to attack. Yance goes outside to Eagleman again. She goes to the middle, no going. And now they go middle, up and off the Anthony block. And now Yance will set it outside to Eagleman again. She goes down the line, pulled out by the libero. And Murphy attacks from the right side. And once again, as long as Swain can stay aggressive, they've had good things happen to them. They just seem to fall into those lulls where they stop being aggressive and become passive. And when that happens, bad things happen. So Kenzie Eagleman back to the service line, 1 rotation through now, looking to cut into this 7-point advantage for the Bulldogs. And that one drops. Murphy subs in. Eagleman is out. And Shook is in for Swain. Eight-point advantage. Largest of this third set. Murphy looking to extend that, serving here. Kira Shook, nice pass. Yance pushes it out to Marr. This is how we started the game. And the sophomore gets behind that when it goes out of bounds. Good hard serve. Marr gets that one in play off the Murphy block. And that one doesn't make it over. So Swain stems the tide. They have led by 1 point in this third set. Collins for Cochran again. Anthony to the service line. Swain with a chance here. Marr on that side gets underneath it, and it's out. I don't think that one made it over the net. But it worked out to Swain's advantage there, so the Lady Devils break the tide a little bit, cut it back to an 8-point deficit. Back to the service line is Katie Winchester. And that one off of the block, which is too far off the net, so back to a 9-point lead for the Bulldogs. They will serve it. Leading 19-10. Good play by Shook on the back row. That one's over. Net bouncing around for some reason. The ball didn't hit it, so somebody did. He's got a little sloppy there for a second, but able to clean it up and survive it. Shook with it. Anthony sets it again. Marr underneath it, can't drive it over. So we're to 20-10 now, 10-point advantage. Largest of the night for the Bulldogs. They had a 10-point bulge in game 2, and now they have a 10-point bulge again. There's Ashton Yance with an opportunity to attack, and Murphy was definitely in the net that time. So Swain will break the service there, and Marr will go to the service line. So trailing by 9, Swain needs to dig themselves back into this here. So the Bulldogs 4 points away from taking this in a sweep over the Lady Devils. Eagleman digs that one out, but it's going to hit the top of the net out of bounds and be point for the Bulldogs. That one's softly in the middle, but Aubrey Clapsaddle with a nice diving save there. Gets that one out. Now they go back to Yance, and that one's out. Shook with a good pass out of that. Back set. Collins pushes it over. To the middle. Clapsaddle couldn't get to that one, though. And Eagleman with a kill. Cuts it back to 11. Now Collins will serve it. And that'll be a point for the Lady Devils. Collins, good hard serve rather. It hits the top of the net. Now Murphy in full scramble mode. And now play at the net there. Murphy doing a good job getting to balls, but they couldn't save that one. So Swain making some noise here on the Taylor Collins serves. And there's another ace. Swain back to 8, 3 consecutive points by the junior. And that one into the net. Tough service break. Murphy at match point here, 24-15. I thought. Yeah. 24-15. Match point service for the Bulldogs. Floater. A good block by Anthony. Now it'll be Yance to the service line for the Lady Devils. And Ashton has a tough feat ahead of her. She needs to serve out. Starts with a high floater. Murphy with a chance to attack. Looked a little bit like a carry to me, but no call. Anthony off the middle block. Murphy has that one. They go to the outside. Nicely placed. Cochran dives and gets it. And now the Bulldogs go back to the attack on the outside. Cross court, Yance is there. Winchester back over. And now some confusion on the Murphy lines. Will it open things up for Swain? Back outside to Eagleman. She goes to the middle. Murphy gets it on their knees. Now back outside, down the line. Cochran easily there. Yance back to the outside to Eagleman off the block. Well, that one's close. And Murphy goes completely underneath the net. So Swain will cut it even closer here. And Yance back to the service line. Floater. The ball moves 7 different ways. That's off of the block. Eagleman saves it. And that one rolls across from Anthony. It's pushed deep, and that's out. So Swain back to 24-18 now. Have cut this thing to 6 after being down by 12. Yance back to the line. Floater again. To the middle, off the block. Nice job by Anthony. That one's over. Cochran with the pass right to Yance. Good set. That's Anthony hard. Murphy saves it. Now they try to dink it over, but don't get it there. So Swain continues to inch back into it. Only down 5. As we said, though, Murphy breaks serve right here. They win the match. So Ashton, a lot of pressure here. She's got to serve her team out. That's a lot to ask. Good hard serve. It drops a foot or so. Murphy's able to get it over. That was close, but Kendall couldn't risk it. Soft over to Eagleman. She passes back to Anthony off the set. That one's picked up. Cochran's got it. Now Eagleman punches it over. Chance here for the Bulldogs. Hit. Shook saves it. Back close again. They dink it to the middle. Anthony saves that. Shook's got the rebound and back over by Eagleman. So Swain scrambling to stay in this one. Blocked by Anthony. Caitlin Anthony has owned the net over the last 8 points or so. Floater across. Murphy again. They go outside this time. Blocked again. Anthony off of the block. Lots of handsy stuff there, but nothing called. And Swain is back to 20. 24-20. And we got subs coming back into the game. And Murphy clearly upset with their quality of play in this one. And Ashton Yance back at the service line. Murphy may very well be out of rotation here as they continue to look at each other. No call. Yance pulls that one out. Eagleman with the side hook to the middle. Clap saddle, that's deep, and it's 21-24. Yance back again. And timeout, Bulldogs, 24-21. So we're back here, fans. The Bulldogs up 2-0, and our Lady Devils have erased a 12-point deficit over the last points here. And Ashton Yance still at the service line after the Murphy timeout. Floater, backspin, nicely played. Anthony right back at her, and it's 22. Swain still not back, folks. A service break here will end it, so Swain has got to get all the way to 24 to have new life. Yance at the line. Up, over, to the back row. Murphy to the knee to get it, to the set to the middle. They push it over and deep right at Yance. She's got it to Winchester, to Anthony. It's blocked. Yance is going to get there, and now over by Anthony. Good pass by Murphy, good set, right at Shook. She's got it. Yance goes to the outside to Eagleman. She pushes it to the middle, and it finds the floor, 24-23. One more point for the Lady Devils to force this thing into win by 2, and Ashton Yance, one more mile to go. Timeout Murphy. Serve it, Ashton. The up official did not call that timeout, so serve it. Now Yance to set it right back to Anthony. Ball didn't move, but it got to the right spot in the middle of the floor. And now Yance with it to Anthony again. Anthony cuts it down the side. Outside the clap saddle. She goes right at Eagleman. Yance has got it right back over to Eagleman. Off the block. Saved. And it was in the net. No call. Net still moving. That's what everybody's excited about. And Swain couldn't get there as they lose it 25-23. But great heart in the final points. It would have been great if Swain could have played that way in the first 2 sets, but they were unable to do so. Murphy's going to take this one 3-0. The home fans upset over that final call of the Murphy player in the net. Swain unable to come all the way back. They dropped the third set 25-23. So now Swain will be 4-3 in conference play. The Bulldogs move to 5-1 in conference play. We'll be with you again on Thursday. That one may be video only. We'll wait and see. But join us anyway as Robbinsville comes to town. And we'll have more on the Maroon Devils Network coming your way.